Okay, ready? Here's what's possible, completely natural. This is me at 13. 14 here, I believe, and 15 here, I believe. This is pretty much my biggest, my fattest. This is where I felt my absolute worst, my rock bottom. And boom, here we have G-Fit Gabe, 19 years old, 4.5 to 5 solid ass years of lifting. Here's how I did it. At this point, I was lifting 5 days a week, 2 hours a day minimum, crazy high volume, as heavy as I can handle, 3 to 4 working sets to absolute failure every exercise. And I never once worried about overtraining. And I never once believed you can eat too much protein. So anyone that told me you're lifting too much, you're wasting protein because you're eating more than 30 to 40 grams per meal, I always knew that was BS, bullshit. Because every time I trained as hard as I could and ate as much as I could, I got bigger and I got stronger every time. That's 22 years old. That's 23. Don't mind the distractions there. That's 24. And this is that winter of 24 when I started doing another bulk. So I'm pretty sure this is a physique a lot of people would like to have, and it's perfectly attainable, natural. So if you've got less than 7 to 8 years of lifting under your belt, you have no business thinking about taking any sort of performance enhancing drugs. Social media is ruining everyone's perception of what hard work can do and what hard work is. Everyone's scared to train 2 hours. Everyone's scared to eat a shit ton of protein, fear of getting fat. I don't know where that came from. And everyone's scared to train to failure or do drop sets or do supersets or do force reps or train beyond failure, right? Because of overtraining. Okay. You're getting soft. Social media is glorifying taking shortcuts. So remember that. Just because a study says you can't train this long or you can't eat this much protein, bullshit. Test it out for yourself. See how hard and long you can train and see how much protein and food you can eat. Okay? And once you've gotten 7, 8, and 9, 10 years of training under your belt as hard as you can naturally, then you can start to consider whether or not you've hit your genetic limit. And you'll know that if it takes you a solid 6 months just to gain 1 to 2 pounds of muscle and put on 10 pounds on a certain lift. That's when you're getting close to a genetic limit. And even then, it's still possible to continue getting better over time, well into your 30s, adding maybe 2 to 3 pounds of muscle every year after that. So this 215 with abs, I probably could have finished at 230 with abs if I continued training hard and natural until my mid-30s. Okay, guys, so just because you might start off looking like this, skinny arms, flabby chest, flabby stomach, right? Very thin up top collarbone, no traps. This does not look like the genetics of a person who's meant to be muscular, and I forced those fucking genetics to create a new gene expression. So stop listening to all these accounts and influencers that are glorifying Trent, Anabar, D-Ball, the whole nine, okay? Going on TRT in your early 20s, that is absurd, preposterous stuff, okay? You're not training hard enough, you're not training long enough, and you're not eating enough, okay? And then you have to do it 7 days a week, okay? That's how that works. Yes, I did that lifestyle naturally for pretty much 15 to 24, 9 years, 9 solid years, okay, guys? It's possible. If you enjoyed this video and you're still watching, thank you for sticking around. If you have any questions, always free to DM me. And if you'd like to work together one-on-one with me as a coach and you and the client, please book the call. The link is in my bio. I'm just trying to send a positive message to everyone out there who's getting into the fitness game and is getting frustrated and thinking of taking the plunge to the dark side before they've even tapped their genetic potential. Stay patient. You can do it. You might not need to ever do it unless you want to compete professionally. That's a different story. All right, guys, once again, love you. Peace out. Take care.